the Chicago Bulls have won their first ever NBA championship. The Bulls greeted by a portion of this foreign crowd as they try to get back to their locker room. For the Lakers, a different story. The Chicago Bulls' domination of this series has to be considered a major surprise. Mike, there was no reason to believe that the Lakers would fall apart so dramatically.
I think it was a combination of things. I'm not quite sure that everyone gave the Bulls the credit they deserved throughout the season. I think everyone felt the balance of power was in the West this year, that Portland, in fact, was the best team, and when the Lakers got by them, that the Lakers then were just going to put the Bulls away. But the Bulls team was a deceiving team. They did it with a very intricate offense in the half-court area, the ability to score in transition, and then the great team defense.
And Michael Jordan has answered a couple of questions. There have been doubters over the years whether a team led by Jordan could win a championship, and it is so rare for a team that has a scoring champion to go the distance.
Anyone who ever questioned whether Michael Jordan was willing to give up and sacrifice for a championship was completely wrong. It was a case that Jordan is such a great winner, such a great competitor, and wanted so badly. In the early stages, he took maybe too much upon himself, but only trying to win because he knew the supporting cast had not developed yet. But once they stepped up their level of play, the Pippen moving to a new level, Cartwright doing the job in the middle, Paxson knocking out the open shots, and then Grant blossoming into the player he did, then Jordan was willing to spread the wealth around.
And the last time that Phil Jackson won a championship in the NBA, he was a member of the New York Knicks. And the Knicks clinched on this same court here at the Forum back in the 72-73 season when they were able to defeat the Los Angeles Lakers in 5. With the victory over Detroit in the Eastern Conference Final, the Bulls felt that they had grown up, they had matured, they felt the difference, and that particular level was all about a mental state of mind. We discussed this in the past. They said that in previous seasons, the Pistons' mind games would get to them. Well, they got past that plateau. They came out very aggressively. Michael Jordan setting the stage in that series, and then they go on after losing the opening game at home. They go on to knock off the Lakers in 5.
But wasn't it a maturing factor, very similar to Detroit? They grew up. Very similar to what happened to Detroit as they learned along the way. They lost to Boston in the Garden on the errant pass by Isaiah. Came back the following year, put Boston away, went on to the finals. They lose to the Lakers, but learn a lesson. They come back and win 2 world championships back-to-back. The Bulls have learned their lessons well. They've grown up. They win a championship.
The celebration has begun in the Chicago locker room, and they are celebrating in Chicago as the Bulls take the Lakers in 5.
I'm going to try and go down into the crowd and get to Michael Jordan. Guys, excuse me. Let me get through here. Michael Jordan is the unanimous MVP. He got all 11 votes. Here we are with Michael, surrounded by his mom and his dad and wife. Under the hat, that wasn't fair, but I'm covered with champagne and can hardly see. Michael, what does it mean to you?
It means so much. I mean, not just for me, but for the team, for the whole city. It's been a 7-year struggle. I mean, when I first got into Chicago, we started at the bottom, and every year we just worked harder and harder until we got to it. And it's so gratifying. I'm appreciated so long in my life. For my family, for my kids, everything. It's the most proud day I've ever had.
The Pacers, struggling to the last, use their last timeout. but no one has ever designed a 5-point play that ends in 2.5 solid goals, because it has always been the Lakers in one way or another who have been an obstacle. And only once, in fact, did they beat them. 2 of the 3 titles for Boston were won against Houston. In '84, they did beat the Lakers. They lost tough, hard-fought series in 6 games each time, in '85 and '87. And now in Game 6 in Los Angeles, Jackson looking to throw it in against Shaq. Reggie turns and pumps it up off the rim, and the Lakers are the 2000 NBA champions. The 2 old rivals, Magic and Larry. Reggie Miller, who played his heart out, took him 13 NBA seasons to get to the finals. And his last game this year in his hometown of Los Angeles ends in defeat. Shaquille O'Neal, within 1 vote of being a unanimous regular season MVP, will be obviously the MVP of the finals. He scored 41 points tonight. He averaged 38 points a game in the series.
Bob, I said to Shaq the other day, I said, Shaq, you can be the MVP of the finals, the MVP of the regular season, the MVP of the All-Star game, the leading scorer, all these things. What does that make you? And he said, that makes me the big legendary. And he's had a legendary season. He has been absolutely amazing. You see the tears of the big man. You see him and you don't understand how sensitive this guy is. What a thrill for Shaquille O'Neal and his teammates.
I don't mean to sound corny, but when you see this guy around children, around older people, around people that some would walk past without a glance, and he turns back and smiles at them and has a word for them. He is a big man with a big heart, and it's impossible. You know, Wilt said no one roots for Goliath. Hard not to feel happy for Shaquille O'Neal. The legendary line of Laker centers. You go back to the Minneapolis Lakers, the first great center in NBA history, George Mikan. Wilt was here, Kareem was here, and now Shaq. This is the 7th Los Angeles Laker title. The Minneapolis Lakers won 5 of them. Ahmad is with Kobe.
All right, thanks, Bob. Kobe, the other night you had a dream, and it happened to come through tonight.
It came true tonight. We worked so hard. It was a hard-fought game, and we finally got a championship, and it feels great.
Now, for your 21 years, you said you've always dreamed of winning a championship. Is it what you dreamed of?
Oh, it's everything and more. I mean, you have the Laker colors falling from the ceiling, the fans going crazy. I got the hat on and everything covering my throat. It feels great.
Now, if you had to think of one thing that really got you guys over the hump, that really pushed you to this point, what would have been this season?
It's just determination, and PJ did an excellent job. Him and his coaching staff, and you know, Shaq was marvelous all season long, and our bench was great, and we just pulled it all together.
In a game like tonight, where you had to go away from the triangle in the second half to break down the defense, that's what you had to do.
Yeah, we just had to break them down. That's all. I was just creating, similar to the Game 4 situation. I was just penetrating, creating, getting to the gaps. Robert Ory made some big shots. Fox hit a big 3, and we won the game.
No feeling quite like this, is it?
Woo, I love it. Can't wait to do it again.
As the shot clock is turned off.
The Miami Heat are once again NBA champions. LeBron James captures that elusive title he so desperately coveted. A celebration in full swing here at the American Airlines Arena. Well, this finally put an end to all the criticism. In today's world, perhaps not, but even anybody that's ever rooted against him, and you love the game of basketball, you've got to respect and admire what LeBron James brings to the court every time he steps on the floor. A remarkable talent at both ends of the floor, and one of the most unselfish stars the league has ever seen.
To come to Miami was not made without difficult choices, nor ramifications for the way those played. In light of everything you've been through in the last 2 years, what is this moment like for you?
It means everything. I made a difficult decision to leave Cleveland, but I understood what my future was about. And I understood that coming to Miami and being a part of this organization and being able to put together this team, I knew we had a bright future. And, this is a dream come true for me. I've been through a lot the last 2 years, but, this is definitely a way that it pays off.
Your approach in this finals is in stark contrast to the guy we saw in last year's finals. What put you in a place to get back to being LeBron James?
Losing in the finals last year put me back in place. It humbled me a lot, and I was able to go back to the basics. A lot of people had a lot to do with it, but at the end of the day, I just looked myself in the mirror and said, you need to be better, both on and off the floor. And I'm happy that I was able to put myself and our team in a position to win this.